Hi everyone. I want to take a few minutes just to explain what the discussion leaders need to do each week. So starting with week 3, discussions will be led by students for their learning teams. So rather than responding to a discussion question that I post for you, the idea here is that you as students get to post the discussion question, then the other members of your learning team will respond to those questions. So what I wanted to do is just take a brief moment to explain how you go ahead and set up your discussion forum so that students can respond to you. So you're going to go to your group discussion board, and there is a button here that says Create Forum. You're going to click on that button. And in the name, I would like you to specifically write week, whatever you happen to be. So if this is week 3, for example, week 3 discussion. And then I want you to put your name. So it's being led by whoever you happen to be. So let's say Sam Brown, right? So week 3 discussion, Sam Brown is leading week 3 discussion. And then what you'll do is you'll go ahead and write your discussion question here in the description. So again, your discussion question can be either one that you chose from the list that I gave you when you signed up to be a discussion leader, or it can be a question that you come up with yourself. If you self-generate a question, if you come up with one on your own, that's great, but it needs to be something that relates to the class. So I want you to be able to demonstrate that whatever that question happens to be is directly related to something we're discussing together. So if it's a little bit of a kind of a philosophical question, that's fine, but you also have to explain to me how that relates to the overall topic of environmental science. So just keep in mind that I want to make sure that we're sort of not extraneously having discussions that aren't really relevant to our course. So you would type your question here, again, whatever it happens to be. So I'm just going to put, what do you think about climate change? Not that that's a good discussion question, but just for illustrative purposes, that's what I'm going to do. You don't need to do any of this part. So where it talks about forum availability and forum settings and all of those things, you don't need to do any of that, all right? So all you have to do then is hit submit. That's it. Okay, so then you will see week 3 discussion by you, Sam Brown, and then here's your question. What do you think about climate change? So then when the other members of your group go to reply, they'll click on your forum, they'll hit create a thread, and then they'll respond to your thread. So, oh, the question is, what do you think about climate change? And then they'll respond to that. When you are a discussion leader for the week, you do not need to respond to your own discussion question. However, you do need to reply to another student. So you're automatically getting half of your credit for your discussion week just by signing up to be the discussion leader and posting the question. But you don't actually have to respond to your own question. If you want to, that's great. You certainly can, but you're not required to. What you are responsible for, however, is replying to another student in the board. So you still have to do that reply. I would really like to have these questions posted the Thursday of your discussion week. So if you are signed up to do the week 3 discussion, for example, I would hope that you would be able to get that question up to me by the, up by the 10th. Of September. That would be the preference. And again, the idea is that you want to give everybody at least a few days to be able to both respond to your post and then also to reply to your post. If you, reply to other students. If you can get it up earlier in the week, that's great. The sooner the better, because it gives students more opportunities to be able to go ahead and respond to that. So if you want to do it first thing on Monday morning, I would love that. But again, I'll give you till Thursday. End of the day Thursday, if I don't see that question posted, I'm going to go ahead and post the question for you that week, and you won't receive those points that you would have having been the discussion later. All right, so keep that in mind. So again, pretty straightforward. Depending on your discussion week, you're going to come to your discussion board, you're going to click on create a forum, you're going to type week 3 discussion and your name, and then in the description, you're going to type the question itself, and then you just hit submit. You don't touch any of the settings. I'll take care of the settings. Don't worry about the settings. So you go ahead and then create that forum, and then everyone will be all ready to post and reply to your discussion.